Hey, welcome to my channel. TXT just dropped the trailer for the new album, The Dream Chapter Magic, and long story short, I died. We have some things to talk about. Actually, by the time I wrote this video out and the script and everything, it was during the time of the concept trailer release and not the actual comeback. So now that the comeback has happened, I had to add more things to it and get my thoughts out. So sorry this video is a little late, but yeah. Make sure to comment down below and add your input on this. I love hearing from everyone and I love how well we work together in this community to figure out the lore. And let me tell you, there's a lot of it. Anyways, here we go. The universes can collide. It's interesting because I said this in my first theory video, so you could say I was kinda on the right track even back then. Now, even though some of what I said in that video were good thoughts, the other stuff just doesn't hold up, such as the theory that the boys were kitsune foxes or that they're actual animals. Disregard that was stupid. The animal thing might come into play later, but they are definitely not kitsune foxes. I'll tell you that. There's a lot to unpack, so just bear with me. I have a lot to say, and don't click off this video, please. But yeah, BTS and TXT's universes.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
There's been a lot of talk about how BTS and TXT are in the same universe, but I just don't think that's true. They have their own universes, the TU and the BU. If TXT were in the same universe as BTS, why would they have different names in the first place? Wouldn't it just be called the BU and TXT are living in it? So with that concept in mind, I started researching and looking more into the separate universes with TXT's new video trailer concept. And I figured out a lot more things. Let's go over it. So far, we basically know nothing about TXT's universe and how it works. We have no idea where we are, what time period we're in. Hypothetically, TXT could even be older than BTS. But we do know that the time TXT comes into Jin's life has to be between April 11th, the time Jin was stuck in, and August 30th. Because right now, currently in the BTS timeline, we are somewhere around the date August 30th where we left off in the highlight reels. If Jin wouldn't have gotten help from anyone, he would have been stuck on April 11th, but since he had gotten as far as August 30th, he must have done something different to have broken the time loop. If you watched my first theory video, you know that I think TXT somehow crossed over into BTS's universe to help Jin with his time traveling problems. But how did they get there? Let me explain. In the concept trailer for The Dream Chapter Magic, there's a big yellow door shown throughout the video that TXT goes through. When they go through this door, there's a bunch of galaxy and space imagery around them, symbolizing that they are going through a portal of some sort. In TXT's debut showcase, the video shown at the beginning shows us the story of how a boy one day woke up with horns on his head and ran into a forest. He ends up bumping into something as he's running, and it opens up and a bright light comes through, looking like the opening of a big door. On the other side, he meets Kai, a boy with wings. This door, this portal to the other universe, is what they use to cross over into BTS's world. Do you remember this hole in the Japanese version of Blood, Sweat, and Tears? This hole is shown again in the TXT concept video, and Taeyeon even jumps through it. This hole could be another way to cross over. That's one theory I have, but there's a lot more to unravel. Hello, yes, this is me from the future, and let me tell you, I just watched Taeyeon's VCR video from their tour, and you can see that Taeyeon is like going into or like in front of this big door opening that's light. And if you've seen TXT's new video for Magic Island, you can see it's red and flashing just like what Taeyeon is going through. So is this showing Taeyeon actually traveling through the universes himself? You know, I don't know, man, but the similarities are kind of weird. And also there's theories to Shadow going around with the light bulb. You know, I don't know, man. Taeyeon knows something, that's all I'm gonna say. But anyways, back to the video. If you need a refresher, there have been rumors about the next title track of BTS's next album, Map of a Soul, Shadow. The title of the main track of that album is going to be Umbrella, or Hero. but that's a theory for another time. Umbrella is an interesting name because in the Latin language, umbra means shadow, and umbra is when you are completely in the darkness of an eclipse. And we see a lot of eclipse and moon imagery in Serendipity, DNA, and more importantly, Heartbeat, which I'll talk about in a minute. Why am I bringing up an eclipse? Bear with me because the next thing I'm gonna say might be a little confusing. When TXT split up a nap of a star, it's said that when they are not together, the star goes out. This doesn't actually mean the star is going out, but it means that the star, which represents the sun, is being covered by the moon and is eclipsing. I think whenever there's an eclipse, that means the portal is opening up, or the universes are actually... I'm sorry, I say colliding together a lot, but I really don't know how else to put it. In 3 of the Wings of short films, Namjoon talks about how there are 2 realms. Jungkook's short film, the first one, says this.
The realms of day and night. 2 different words coming from 2 opposite poles mingled during this time.
Jimin's, the second one, says this.
My parents' house made up one realm. This realm was familiar to me in almost every way. Mother and father, love and strictness, model behavior, and school.
It skips Tae on Yoongi and goes straight to Namjoon in the 5th film, when he talks about the other realm.
The other realm, however, overlapping half our house, was completely different. A loud mixture of horrendous, intriguing, frightful, mysterious things, including slaughterhouses and prisons, junkyards and screeching fishwives, calving cows, horses sinking to their death, tales of robberies, murders, and suicides.
Namjoon is talking about 2 realms mingling and coming together during the time of an eclipse, the sun and moon crossing over each other. This can be seen in Serendipity. As an eclipse is happening, an earthquake is shaking the world. Something important is happening during the dark time of an eclipse, which calms down when the moon has fully passed. It can even be assumed that Jimin himself may be traveling through the universes with these scenes here. Namjoon could be talking about the 2 realms of sun and moon coming together during this time, but he could also be talking about the 2 realms, TXT's realm and BTS's realm, mingling and coming together during that time as well. Heartbeat is also important because you can see these 2 planets colliding with each other, kind of like the wing circles and also kind of like an eclipse. This could represent the 2 universes. So was Heartbeat actually singing about how there are all these multiple universes in BTS's I want to say BTS's cinematic universe, let's just call it that, the BCU. You may be wondering, wait, how is this even happening? Universes coming together, portals, time travel, healing. It might be magic. Runaway gave us a lot of good stuff that you probably just brushed over, but let me tell you, it is so important. Magic in our world is probably fake or it doesn't work like this, but we have no idea how it can work in their worlds. So everything is open when we think of the possibility of magic. In Crown, the chorus goes, "Stop the suffering, abracadabra." Abracadabra also ties in with a certain someone you probably heard before, Abraxas. So now I'm gonna go off script for a second, so sorry if I jumble my words, because I usually just read what I have written down previously and then I go off of that, and that's how I make my videos. But I didn't write down enough about Abraxas, but I feel like I should give you a little background to what this character is, because it is really, really important. So, back in the day, Abraxas was first mentioned during the Blood, Sweat, and Tears era before the song actually came out when the short films were being released. And trust me, the short films are probably some of the most important videos for the lore out of the entire BTS discography. Discography. You know what I mean. But people brush over these videos, and some people don't even know they exist, but they are so vitally important. Same thing goes with the highlight reels, but in a different way, and I'll talk about that in another video because the highlight reels are a whole another can of worms to open. But Namjoon was talking about how the bird had to fight his way out of the egg.
The bird fights its way out of the egg. The egg is the world. Who would be born must first destroy a world. The bird flies to God. That God's name is Abraxas.
And that's all we got with that. Abraxas in BTS's universe, their world, is actually their god, which might sound a little crazy, but yeah. Abraxas itself is supposed to be something higher than God, something unimaginable, something that created heaven and hell, something that created the entire worlds, something that created the universe, blah blah blah. Abraxas is their god. Let's just get that through ya. Now, what I'm about to say is very crazy, but just listen to me. If anything that I say blew your mind before, this is going to destroy you. This is so crazy. When I figured this out, when I was talking to my friend about it, I don't even know what was going through my head, but here we go. The magic word abracadabra is found on Abraxas stones, which are amulet necklaces. And you can see here, Yeonjun is holding what looks to be an Abraxas stone and showing the other boys. And to support that theory even further, Abraxas stones with the word abracadabra engraved in them were worn specifically to heal and protect them from diseases. And you can see that Yeonjun's cut earlier in the Runaway music video is magically healed at the end, and it's because he has the Abraxas stone. Boom! Theory done! Oh my god, my mic. Oh god. That's it. It's done. I am shitting you not. There is literally no other explanation to why his cut was healed, especially when it's specifically the words abracadabra. Abraxas is TXT's god too. Or he's exist in their world as well. So that connects BTS and TXT's world even further if they have this same deity involved with them. Okay, sorry that I went on that whole entire spill. Let's continue. Abraxas is known for his magical powers and abilities. Has he given TXT their magical powers, or more importantly, has Abraxas given Jin his ability to time travel? If Abraxas is supposedly the god of this world, both heaven and hell, evil and light, angel or devil. Namjoon states in Jin Wing's short films that Abraxas is their god, and maybe he's the source to all of this magic. I'm also going to briefly mention this cat who can travel through the portal. Basically, that's the gist of it. The cat could be the connector to BTS and TXT's universe, or maybe the cat is Abraxas himself. Just kidding. Unless... I know that was a lot, so let me summarize it for you a bit. TXT is either traveling through BTS's universe through that big yellow door, which is the portal, or also that hole. They're traveling through these universes with the magic Abraxas has given them, or BTS and TXT's universes are colliding whenever there's an eclipse occurring. So yeah, basically that's all that I have so far. There's so much more to unlock with TXT's universe and everything like that, but I'll make sure to update you on whatever I find. This is just what I have right now. I'm sure there's so much more. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!